We all walk around, all day, every day, with a lot of assumptions in our heads. And humor-challenged jerks can snark all they want about that making an ass out of you and umption, but there's honestly no way around it. Your brain is processing terabytes of data every second, and the only way to make that work and not go crazy is to narrow down the processing required by making some assumptions. Now, that's a very clever design for our brains, but it can sometimes make communication difficult. So if you're trying to communicate to someone, and especially if you're trying to communicate to unknown someones, it's best to make your assumptions clear and explicit. That's especially important here because I'll be making some assumptions that aren't common ones. In fact, I'll be making some assumptions that directly contradict some of our culture's common wisdom. So the first several videos of this channel will be discussing the difference between my assumptions and some of the ones that you may have. Now please remember, these are assumptions on both our parts. I don't know that my assumptions are true. That's the other reason I want to make them explicit. That way, when one of them is proven false, it will be much easier to track down which parts of the rest of my ideas are no longer valid. So I'm not saying that you have to agree with me. What I'll do is explain what our culture usually says. And usually this isn't something that people say out loud, with words. It's more that the things we do don't make any sense unless we believe that thus and such is true. So we pick up on these ideas, these norms, these tropes, without ever being quite clear on how we got them. And then I'll explain what I think is true and tell you why I've come to believe that. You can look at my information and at your own life and arrive at whatever conclusions seem best to you. I'm not saying I have all of the answers, because I most definitely don't. I'm just saying that this is the stuff I've been trying hard to figure out, and here's what I think I've figured out so far. If life is a video game, you should regard this more as a fan walkthrough than as an official player's guide. Here's some stuff I've found. Tell me what you've found. Let's see what we can figure out together. If you want to join that discussion, let me know what ideas and questions you have, either in the comments below or catch me on Tumblr. Don't forget to subscribe, and more importantly, don't forget to be awesome.